Hi.
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 Hi, Nathan. Well, I'm gonna go outside. Can you see me?
Yes, we can see you.
Hi, everybody. I'm gonna take you outside. What I did. Okay, my name is Lori. I've been living in Israel for a long time, like 44 years, but I grew up in Los Angeles. If you see here, this is the Israeli flag. They're starting to set up the school for Independence Day. Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay. So has anyone ever seen this flag before? Where did you see it?
Hi, my name is John. What's a typical day like
Hi.
on the
Kibbutz.
kibbutz?
For a kid or for an adult?
Adult.
An adult? Okay, of course it depends where they work, because everyone works in a different place and everyone starts work at a different time. But I'll give you like my typical day. I'm a nurse and I work in our clinic. Wait a minute, we have 2 dogs here. Just a minute. And our clinic opens at 7, so we have to get there really early. And it's just like anywhere other than the fact that you get up to go to work, and instead of getting in a car, you get on your bike and you ride your bike to work. And usually we work until about 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock, and then we can go home on our bike, or on the way home we can stop. And we have a big common dining room on the kibbutz, which is very different than what you're used to. Do you have a cafeteria at your school?
Yes.
Okay, so we have a gigantic, we don't call it a cafeteria, it's a dining room because it's more like it's our home. So you can sit like 2,000 people in it. And most people take a break during the day and go eat.
Darren, come here, please. So what is it that we're looking at right now?
We're looking at a very big fish pond. Wait, we have dogs here. Wait a minute. It's a big fish pond. We have a lot of them all the way down the coast. And we grow fish as food. And all these fish are harvested at various times during the year and sent to the market. It's a very big branch on the kibbutz. So under the water, and sometimes as you're looking at the water that comes jumping out of it, there's like 4 or 5 kinds of fish. And it's one of our agricultural branches, one of the things that we produce. But if you keep walking down, I'll show you what. If you walk down this road here, can you see this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, at the end of the road is the beach.
Hi, my name is Joey. What's a typical
Hi. What?
What's a typical school day like for a child on a kibbutz? How is
Okay.
How is the
That's
summer tour different from a typical school day not on a kibbutz?
All right, I'll try to answer that. Sit down. Okay, I'm going to sit down and so the dog sits. All right. There's kids that go to school here that live on the kibbutz. I'll show you some of the houses. They're right over here. Can you see those?
Yes.
Okay, those kids, all they have to do is either walk or ride their bike for 5 minutes, and they're at the school. So those are the kids that live where I live. And there's about, I'd say 200 kids in the grammar school from our kibbutz. But the school itself, is a county school, which means kids from all over this area come to the school, and they're bused in. So in the morning, there's like 6 big buses of kids. They come from all directions, and they come and they're here too. So those kids have to get up really early to get here on time. The school starts at 8 o'clock in the morning. And then they have different days with different times and different grades that have different times. But I think that school ends anywhere from like 1:30 until 3 o'clock. That's the day. So they don't have a break to eat lunch. They have a break. They eat breakfast before they go. Then they have a snack like at 10 o'clock that they bring with them. And then when they finish school, they go into the kibbutz and they go up to our dining room, and our kids eat lunch there, and the other kids go home and they eat lunch at home. So there's not a cafeteria in that school. There is a cafeteria in the junior high and the high school, but not in the grammar school. The kids get, depending on the teacher, obviously, they get homework, and they do their homework like you do. One of the main differences is because we live in such a great area, like one of the classes that they have is studying about the beach. So in the middle of the school day, I can go down to the beach and I can see like a whole class of kids with the what's it called? Like the nature teacher, and she's teaching them all kinds of stuff about the beach, but not from a book. She takes them down to the beach, and they look for shells, and they look for animals. And the last time I was there, I saw kids, and they found some little teeny snake in the water, and they took it out, and they took it back to the school, and they identified that it was actually a pond snake, and it had gotten out of the pond and somehow went over to the beach. So they have a lot more opportunity, like to use the surroundings and not stay in the classroom as much. I think the first day of the week in Israel is Sunday, which is really hard to get used to when you come from America. The first school day is Sunday. The first work day is Sunday. Everything starts on Sunday, and they go to school Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. In our school, and the schools in the city, some of them go to school 6 days a week, so they also study on Friday, and they only have 1 day off a week.
Hi. On the kibbutz, are there any Jewish people, or is there anyone else?
There's lots of other people on the kibbutz. There's mostly Jewish people, because it's a Jewish country, and most of the people that live here are Jewish. But we have a program on the kibbutz. It's called an old plan, which means people come here to study Hebrew. And a long time ago, a lot of them were not Jewish, and a lot of them married people who live on the kibbutz. So we have people here from all over the world, and some of them are not Jewish. We have somebody from Denmark. Oh, I wrote all this stuff down and left it at home. From Denmark. And we have people from Australia that aren't Jewish. And we have people that don't live here, but that are here often, who come to study Hebrew from Japan. And they're not Jewish. They're very, very religious Christians. And they want to learn how to read the Bible in Hebrew. So they come here to study Hebrew. And they're really, really interesting people. And we also have a group of people from Burma. People who are they're always men. And I think they're about 20 years old or 25 years old. They come here to earn money and to study agricultural systems, like how to grow wheat, or how to grow avocados, or how to grow something that we're growing, and we teach them how to do it. And I think they're Buddhist. And then in our factory, we have a gigantic factory that makes all kinds of things out of plastic. Mostly we make things that connect two big pipes. It's called the connector part of the pipe. And in our factory, there's about 500 people that work there, and a lot of them are Arabs, and they come from the surrounding area. They're Muslim, and we also have people called Druze, which is another cultural group, and they speak Arabic, but they have a different religion that's called the Druze religion.
Hi, I'm Elena. Does every person on the kibbutz have their own house?
Okay. Everyone lives in a house or an apartment. Most of the buildings on the kibbutz are not single houses. Most of them are apartments. Like I'm turning the camera around. You see these houses? It's called a duplex. There are two houses connected in the middle. so that they have a common wall in the middle, and it's like two sides of the same house. You see them?
Yes.
Yeah, some of them are being built and some of them are new. Everyone lives in some kind of a home, but nobody owns the home. That's the difference between a kibbutz and not a kibbutz. We've been living in the same house for 20 years, but it doesn't belong to us. It belongs to the kibbutz. We just have the right to live there. We also don't pay rent. So your question kind of has to do with what does it mean to live on a kibbutz? And it's something that's going to be really hard for you guys to understand because you don't have any experience with it. But nobody here really earns money. Everybody works, and everybody does the best they can at work, and everybody gets the same amount of money, and it doesn't matter what kind of work you do. So the person who is a doctor or a nurse or a teacher or the person that cuts the lawn on the gardens on the kibbutz or folds laundry, we have a laundry where people wash and fold the laundry. Everybody makes the same amount of money. And all the kids' parents have the same amount of money. So everybody is not exactly equal, but very closely equal. And so we don't own our houses, but everyone does live in their own house. Not a lot of people live in each house. Only one family lives in a house, or if a person is young, they live by themselves in the house. First I'll tell you what I think is the most popular holiday for kids. It's called Purim. It's a holiday that's kind of like Halloween. Everybody gets dressed up in costumes. And on our kibbutz, it's a very, very big holiday because we put in a lot of effort to making it fun. The kids your age have a gigantic party. It usually starts at about 4 o'clock. And only the kids are allowed to go in with the people that are their counselors. And that's not even teachers. It's counselors that work with them in the afternoon. The whole dining room is decorated with a certain theme. And all the kids wear costumes. And the kids put on plays. And there's music and dancing. And they bring in all those, I don't know what they're called in English. Things like in the summer, if you go to an amusement park and they have those blow-up slides and things you can jump on and things you can do.
Bouncy house. I have a bouncy house.
What are those called?
Bouncy house.
Okay, so there's all different kinds of things like that, and they blow them up and they put them in the dining room and the kids can play on those. And there's tons of ice cream, and there's hot dogs, and there's hamburgers, and there's fun food, and there's cotton candy, and there's popcorn, and they go from 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Kids your age have to leave, I think, at 11. And the oldest kids, they get to stay there all night. Kids are very near the beach, and I'm gonna walk. It'll take me a little while, but it's just about starting to be sunset. Can you see the sky? How pretty it is? Okay, right under the sky, if you go directly down, do you see something shiny down toward the bottom?
Yeah? Yeah.
That's the Mediterranean Sea.